Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. Well, we got another question in on planttalkradio.com. This one came from Lewis, and he says he put in a new lawn in the fall, but by the end of fall, it was about 50-50 grass and weeds. So it sounds like he has a real weed problem. He's wondering, should he treat the weeds or does he need to start over with a new lawn?
I would say if he's in a 50-50 mode, then he should go ahead and just put down the typical weed controls, like the turf filter with Halt's crabgrass preventer, or one of the other lawn foods with a crabgrass preventer, and not worry about seeding this spring unless he's got some bare areas that are, say, bigger than 12 inches across. And in those cases, he wouldn't want to put those kind of crabgrass preventers in those spots. But he will be surprised by the feeding in the early spring and then coming back with a weed and feed as the weather starts to warm up later on. He'll be surprised at how much good grass he has, and he'll take care of the weeds at the same time.
Now, I know with the weed and feed, timing's pretty important on what part of the day you put that down, right?
You want to put it to moist foliage so that the particles will stick on the weeds and get absorbed better. And then you pick a day when it's not going to rain that day. And so early in the morning is a good time to put down your weed and feed because usually you have some dew on the ground. You don't have to actually put some water on the ground to make it wet. And with that morning dew, in combination with the weed and feed, and then not watering that day or no rainfall that day, then it's going to get absorbed and take care of the weeds while you're feeding the grass.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com